Where is this? The snow is so deep, it's hard to believe this is Ehime Prefecture in balmy Shikoku, Japan. After hiking a while, a panoramic view suddenly opens wide. There it is, Mount Ishizuchi, the highest peak in western Japan. Frigid wind and sheer cliffs. This is one of the harshest scenes nature creates in Shikoku, an island with an otherwise mild climate. Local residents reverently call Mount Ishizuchi the Mountain of the Gods. Color and light change with each passing season. Join us as we witness the breathtaking scenery of this majestic peak. It's early spring in the city of Saijo in Ehime Prefecture. Farmers prepare to plant their fields. They take advantage of an ample supply of water to flood their rice paddies. The water comes from Mount Ishizuchi. Located in eastern Ehime Prefecture, the mountain soars to a height of 1,982 meters. The highest point, Tengudake, lies at the heart of a ridge with 3 peaks that create a unique topography. The ridgeline juts up from the mountain mass like a sharp blade. Far off in the distance, Japan's inland sea can be glimpsed. It's as if the mountain is a giant bird facing the ocean with outstretched wings. Mount Ishizuchi catches the water carried by moist winds rising up from the sea. The area around the mountaintop gets 3 times more rainfall than the plain below. Even on clear days, clouds and mist keep the forests moist. Deep in the mountains, we find gorgeous scenery that symbolizes rich water resources. Goraiko Waterfall plunges more than 100 meters down the face of a cliff. Its pure, glittering whiteness has been likened to a divine dawn. Water gathers in pure streams that flow down the mountainsides. Mount Ishizuchi is the source of several of the region's famous rivers, including the Yoshino and Nyodo rivers. The clear, pure water flows downward without pause. The people here have enjoyed its blessings for many generations. The mystical water color, known as Nyodo blue, seems limitless. In early summer, a sea of clouds forms after rain. A strange clearing comes into view in the middle of the forest. A green mass lies below the surface of marshland, swollen by rain. When exposed to sunlight, a strange thing happens. The water's surface becomes covered with white bubbles, proving that the green mass below is alive. It is photosynthesizing under the water. When the water recedes, an entirely different world appears. Mossy green mounds extend throughout the area. When the rain falls, the mounds are submerged. When the rain stops, they reappear. Photographers, entranced by this place, have a name for it. They call it the Jade Hills. One photographer visits this clearing every year.
可動湿原はいつ見ても神秘ですな。もういろんな表情をするから、またこんな山の林の中にこんなポツッとした緑があるなんて素晴らしいじゃないですか。なんか呼ばれてるこの時期になるとね、ここが来いよと待っとるぞとか言って呼んでるような気がしてしょうがないんですけどね。本当にモコモコしてるのがもう素晴らしいですよね。平らな苔っていうのは見かけるけども、でそれがまたいろんな表情をしてるっていうのは本当に見て楽しいと思うんだけど。
The jade hills are actually clumps of common haircap moss. The moss is often found in marshlands. Here, it creates countless small mounds that add topological richness. Miura comes here regularly during the summer. It looks completely different depending on the water level. He says that it's the variety that attracts him. No one knows the detailed mechanisms that gave birth to this mossy clearing. A mysterious and unique natural moss garden. It was generated by the rains that fall on Mount Ishizuchi. The sound of conch shells signals the true start of summer, when white-clad pilgrims climb the mountain paths. Pilgrims from all over Japan gather at Ishizuchi Shrine at the foot of the mountain. They've come to carry sacred images of the local deity to the summit. Known as the Mountain Opening Festival, this is an important event in the shrine's calendar. Appropriately reflecting the area's rich water resources, the festival is often shrouded in mist, like this year. It's believed that the god of Ishizuchi tests the hearts and bodies of those who try to climb the sacred mountain. Carrying a sacred image on his back, this pilgrim scales the steep mountain cliff with the help of a rope. The white forms of the climbing pilgrims disappear into the mist and clouds that envelop the mountainside. The pilgrims rejoice when they finally reach the top. The deity has successfully completed its annual visit home. This year's ceremony is achieved without mishap. After being recharged by the holy presence of Mount Ishizuchi for 10 days, the sacred image will descend again to the shrine at the foot of the mountain. The plentiful rains that fall on Mount Ishizuchi give rise to a special kind of forest. Japanese beech trees need ample water to thrive. Beech forests cover the middle reaches of the mountain. Fallen beech leaves decay into leaf mold that holds water like a storage tank. Thriving in this water wonderland, rare flowers bloom in profusion around Mount Ishizuchi. This bloom, a kind of Narcissus anemone, draws attention with its quiet dignity. Found only in Ehime Prefecture, it's a rare find for flower enthusiasts. These beautiful spiked flowers thrive in valleys near marshes and other wetlands. Preferring damp soil, it can be seen here and there all around the mountain. Here's a flower that blooms very rarely in nature: yellow wax bells. The unique environment created by Mount Ishizuchi results in a truly distinctive ecosystem. Photographer Satoshi Miura began shooting video 2 years ago. He has documented one particular view for more than 50 years. Dances of light and cloud appear, just for fleeting moments at dawn and dusk.
四季折々、ここからはいろんな景色が楽しめるですね。来るたびに全部景色が違っていくもんね。やっぱりなんか山に抱かれてるっていう感じがするわね。水も豊かに恵んでくれるし、いいお山ですな、石さんはね。もう本当に石井さんの隅から隅までまだ取り尽くしてないからね。石井さんにお願いして、もう少しだけで取らせてほしいと。そういうお願いしてるんですよ。ねえ。
In October, the fall colors entice us to return to the mountain. Though the leaves have begun to wither, they're still moist and fresh, thanks to the plentiful water the trees received during the summer. The leaves begin turning on Mount Ishizuchi at the end of September, earlier than anywhere else in Shikoku. The autumn colors appear just briefly at the summit, then slowly make their way down the mountainside over the course of a month. On the south side, near the summit, it's the deciduous trees clinging to the bare rock that turn first. A conifer unique to this area can also be found on the heights of Tengudake. Green trees mix here and there with the bright colors of autumn. This is Veitch's fir. Preferring a cool climate, it spread as far as Shikoku during the last ice age. Although it died out in the lowlands as the climate warmed, it has continued to thrive here on the mountaintop. The rich green of Veitch's fir adds to the beauty of the bright autumn hues. Red, yellow, orange, and green. The trees of Mount Ishizuchi weave a rich and beautiful tapestry. Even among all the mountains of Japan, the colors of Mount Ishizuchi are particularly striking. Many hikers climb to the summit to enjoy the breathtaking view. People first climbed Mount Ishizuchi about 1,300 years ago. For centuries, access was mostly limited to ascetic monks. Today, the mountain's beauty and majestic power can be enjoyed by everyone. Mount Ishizuchi presents another fantastic display of clouds and autumn foliage. Autumn is brief on the mountaintop. Wearing a white veil and colorful dress, Mount Ishizuchi is adorned with an elegance unique to the season. In the beech forest halfway down the mountain, we meet another photographer who is searching for something. His name is Sakae Akimoto.
ここに生えとる。これで。ああ、素晴らしい。結構大きいな。すぐ登山でもすぐ。 ひだもありますからね。これも月夜竹間違いないな。
Akimoto has found a particular type of poisonous mushroom. It grows primarily on fallen beaches and other decaying trees. Why was he searching for them?
嬉しいですよ。2回嬉しい時があるんですよ。これを見つけた時と夜来て光った時の2回嬉しい時があるんで、ね、まあちょっと光るかどうかは分からないんですけど。
Apparently, these mushrooms glow in the dark. After nightfall, Akimoto returns to the forest.
これ
Not all tsukiyotake glow. Will these? The water-rich environment of Mount Ishizuchi creates a friendly habitat for mushrooms. In this small way, too, the living power of autumn is at work. At dawn, photographers gather at the summit. They've come to capture a climactic moment that only happens a few times each year. They await the moment when light from the rising sun illuminates Tengudake. At this time of year, the temperature falls sharply at dawn and dusk. A sea of clouds flows toward the mountain's bare rock. Mount Ishizuchi's sublime form has entranced people since time immemorial. No wonder it's called the Mountain of the Gods. Autumn comes to an end. The beech forest undergoes a sudden change. Falling leaves form a thick cover on the ground in preparation for winter. The seasons quickly change once again. late November. The mountain dons a white robe. The wind begins blowing from the northwest, triggering a dramatic change in the mountain scenery. In winter, moist winds from the sea create a winter wonderland. Tiny droplets of airborne mist cling to branches and build delicate frozen structures. This is rime. When temperatures plummet, as much as 20 centimeters of rime can form in a single night. Strangely, rime grows toward the wind. This is because it's the water vapor in the wind itself that causes rime to form. Wielding wind and tiny droplets of water, winter fashions stunning works of art. Even in winter, Mount Ishizuchi never runs dry. Local residents use its water to wash their harvested produce. Despite the frigid weather, the water isn't that cold. It creates a deep connection between the mountain and the people's lives. A new year begins. This is the summit shrine that was so lively when pilgrims carried the holy images here last summer. The wind howls on the mountaintop. Water droplets become ice crystals that glitter in the wind. Even in the dead of winter, water still flows from highland valleys. Following icicle pathways, it finds its way down the mountainside. It's as if the water provides a lifeline to spring. When the forest stirs with the hint of warmth and begins to shed its cloak of rime. The Mountain of the Gods offers an ever-changing kaleidoscope of beauty. Its awesome scenery is created by water that connects heaven and earth. Transformed into cloud, rain, and ice, water continues its work, now as it has since time began, hidden from the eyes of men.